You're not supposed to grab its body. I already cut my hand today because of one of these guys.
There are over 80 species of lobster on Earth.
Hello, yeah, it's for you.
Oh, fuck, it's a lobster the whole time.
And I'm sure each of them delicious in their own way.
That looks gorgeous.
The Canadian lobster seems to get all the attention.
Is this what it feels like to fall in love?
Well, I say, there's a new champ in town.
These are known for being very aggressive,
Bigger,
more angry, aggressive version.
badder, and even more expensive.
Look at this guy!
Today we're hunting down one of the most unique lobster species in the world.
It's called a spiny lobster for a reason.
With edible anatomy, unlike any lobster you've seen before.
Oh!
After paying hundreds of dollars just for one lobster, we'll see a French chef prepare it 4 ways, using every single body part. You ready? Let's go.
Boom! Welcome back to another fun seafood video, and today we are returning once again to Kalisa, one of Saigon's best seafood wholesalers. They only import premium seafood. Yes, we've seen that they have Canadian lobsters, but we're here for a different species.
Spiny lobsters get their name from the forward-pointing spines that cover their bodies. They vary in form, color, and size. But there is one found throughout the coastal waters of Western Australia and New Zealand that glows a bright blood red.
The weight of the red spiny lobster is probably over 7 pounds, but all that weight is going to be in its body because it doesn't have claws. We're talking a huge lobster tail. I'm pumped, you're pumped, let's go inside and meet our meat. Every time we come here, I like to give you guys a little bit of a tour and show you some different seafoods that you maybe haven't seen before. Right here, a huge tub full of these brown crabs. It's stabbing me! Look at his super sharp feet! How do you hold this? It knows I have soft, fleshy hands. Okay, hold it like this. It's got like little knife legs. The edges, it kind of looks like a pie. Should we eat this in a future episode? Let me know in the comments down below. Here, freaking Australian abalone. These are ginormous. It has changed shape to basically the shape of the basket. This is a giant mussel that it uses for moving around, for suctioning. It also looks like, this is gonna sell for around $33 per piece. Kind of expensive, but it's a premium meat. I think if you ate just 2 of these, you'd be freaking full.
And this is what we're here for.
Enough talking, I'm gonna pull one out right now.
A beautiful creation.
Okay, I got it by the antenna.
A gift from God to mankind.
Come here. Worth it. So check this out, guys. This is a red spiny lobster. It has legs, almost like crab legs. How many is it? It's not going well. Oh, it's not going well. Oh, it's scratching the shit out of me. No!
Okay, lesson learned.
Sorry.
Never pick up a lobster by its body or carapace.
Oh, no!
It's covered with sharp, thorny spikes that can and will injure you.
Look at how huge this is.
Instead, grab it here.
So this one right here is 7 pounds. These legs, they look like the creature from Aliens. If you put your face right there, you're gonna be effed.
Looky here, I know.
Lobsters taste with their legs by way of chemosensory hairs that identify food. They can even regrow lost legs or antennae during their molting period.
This is a lot of leg meat. It reminds me almost of a king crab. These big hands can be used for ripping different animals apart into little pieces so it can eat them.
Their food contains a wide range of items such as Caroline algae, mollusks, and crustaceans.
These are mouth arms. Can you imagine if you had little mouth arms right here? You could eat so much more food.
However, they can also be eaten by octopods, large fish, and the most dangerous predator of them all, man.
Rare, premium, giant-sized seafood like this comes at a price. This guy costs $277. We're gonna pack him up and we're heading to a restaurant. I'm super excited. You ready, buddy? Let's do this. I am standing next to the very tall chef, Julian. Thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure.
Right here, it is the red spiny lobster. Have you ever heard of this?
Yep.
Oh, can we get another take where you're like, oh my God, no, just kidding.
I'm at Quint's Saigon, a restaurant serving modern European cuisine. Last time I was here, Chef Julian prepared some tantalizing treats utilizing local caviar.
Oh my God. This is so good it makes me angry.
Today, I brought him a monstrous lobster that he'll prepare 4 ways.
That's a nice slab.
Yeah.
This is 3 to 4 times the size of a lobster Julian would usually serve in his restaurant.
I'm just scared to cut it enough. It's so huge.
More size means more meat,
I might try to dip it in ice for a while.
but it also means a thicker shell and a more fierce creature with a lot more fight in its belly.
Easy, yeah, it's cold.
I should tell you, about 5 minutes ago, this lobster escaped into ice prison. I filmed it on my phone. The lobster has been under ice for about 10 minutes now. We're hoping to not get hurt and to reduce the amount of hostility coming from this particular lobster. Let's see if the ice actually worked.
This might be too much for Julian to handle.
It's still pretty aware of what's going on.
All right, well, I never doubted him.
Sorry.
Wow, that is a load of meat. It's almost translucent, glassy. You can kind of see through it a little bit. Let's see how much just the tail alone. Well, that's a whole dinner right there. The legs are gigantic. It's like dangling loose. As soon as you break it off, tightens up. Oh, this is even more meat on the front of the lobster. And then he just pulled out the beautiful head butter. Some people call it tamale. We'll do a quick Google search. Is that right?
Tamale is a gland that helps with digestion, sort of like a liver and a pancreas combined.
Oh, it's right. And then we'll get an alternate edit. Is that right? Oh, it's not right. Now that we've completely broken down the lobster, we have the legs, we have the body, we have the tail, all dishes using different parts of the lobster, and all of them gonna be delicious.
That's the plan.
I'm looking forward to it, Julian. Can't wait. Let's do it.
Course 1 comes from the tail.
Look at that. Oh, it's got layers of fat on top. That's awesome.
He's giving it the Japanese treatment by lightly salting and wrapping in seaweed for a brief time.
Kombujime, which is a Japanese technique to really flash cure it.
The result? Fresh, juicy sashimi slices.
What's really interesting is I expected for you to cut the sashimi just like, normal, thin, big,
thin,
broad
like-
slices. But this almost looks like a scallop.
I wanted the texture and not a thin slice.
On top, a touch of tamale oil, then Thai seafood dressing made by blending a host of powerful flavors. Garnish with a thin slice of fried garlic, and it's ready to eat.
Whoa, that texture is crazy. Oh, it's so solid. Fibrous, but not chewy or anything
No.
like that. This green sauce, super spicy, but it has a fresh, powerful, intense, salty, spicy punch. The way it breaks down in your mouth, it's super unique. It's an experience you can't get from a smaller lobster. You just have to have
Yeah.
those big tail muscles.
It's like an angry scallop.
Like an angry scallop. Yeah.
Course 2, the legs. On a Canadian or Maine lobster, these would usually be discarded, but this spiny lobster has huge, thick legs, similar to a king crab.
Oh, it looks awesome. It's got a little handle.
This is lobster leg tempura. They get blanched in hot water. Then the meat is meticulously removed from the shell.
When I bite into this, I'm assuming there's gonna be like some tendon in the middle.
I hope not.
Oh, you think these are just straight meat?
Yes.
Coated in a mixture of rice flour, cornstarch, and soda. Deep fry, then serve with truffle aioli, a slice of lemon, a pinch of salt, and truffle flakes on top.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Oh. Wow, that sauce is to die for. It's equally like heavy, rich, and super light and fresh at the same time.
Yeah.
And then this is super crunchy. When you get like a Japanese shrimp tempura, there's like just so many extra fried little bits that make it really textured. That's really satisfying. What happened to the other 8 legs?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're just getting warmed up. Now, for the real deal.
So we actually have 2 lobsters. They're being prepared and used in different ways. This one is about to meet its demise in this hot pan of water. So I'm gonna hide behind you and you can take it away. Shoot with caution. It could still flap.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm totally ready.
The movement.
I think that's a wrap. Lobster is in the hot water, being blanched right now. How long are you gonna keep it in there?
5 to 6 minutes.
So that's not enough to cook it all the way
No,
through.
no, no. Hopefully we'll detach more easily the meat from the shell, and also it will give more even cooking when we barbecue.
Our second lobster is cut in half for our 2 main courses. First, the lobster pétillier. When it comes to French cooking, it's all about technique. First, the filling. The tail is removed, pan-seared and seasoned with salt and butter. Mix with a leek fondue and velouté sauce. This is a velvety sauce made from a roux and a light stock. Wrap the mixture in boiled Swiss chard and let it chill in a freezer. Now to seal the deal.
So pithivier, we use puff pastry. This is for the base. Some egg wash, take out the mix we did before, and we wrap it, try to remove any air bubbles inside. Put it, make a little chimney for the steam to get out. Now egg wash as well, give it more protection and give a nice golden color. Here we go, pithivier.
Bake in the oven for 15 minutes, then plate with parsnip remoulade and, to take it over the top, extra seared lobster tail pieces. Served alongside an emulsion made by extracting flavor from the lobster shell, which was fried and simmered with other flavorful ingredients for 2 hours.
And here's the thing, I don't know that much about French food, but what I do know is that anytime they can wrap bread around something, some kind of a puff pastry, they're gonna do it. And that's what he's done here. Oh, that looks nice. This is a lobster emulsion. I believe this is the tail. I'm gonna give that a little bit of a swish in this sauce. Try it out. Oh, the meat is wonderful, firm but juicy. This gravy, it is so rich and so delicious. Just thick and savory and so satisfying. We gotta hammer through some of this pastry. Let's try it all out together. I've never had this kind of a pot pie. The pastry is a little bit flaky and a little bit doughy, and it really soaks up all these juices and just draws them in. You can feel there's pieces of lobster inside, but really most of the flavor is coming from this incredible gravy. Oh, you could pour that over a choux and it would still be pretty good. Here, a parsnip remoulade. Refreshing, citrusy. It's the perfect way to balance out this really rich, heavy food with something more light. Next course. Feed me more.
Course 4, the final dish. A timeless cooking method that'll really show off the massive size of this lobster. He seasons with salt and a drizzle of olive oil and sets it on the grill for 3 minutes.
Do you think for some people who dine out, lobster represents just luxury food?
When cooked, its rich red color makes a style statement like few other seafoods can.
It's an etiquette. You eat lobster, so you're worth it.
Julian elevates this luxurious meat slab to new heights by flavoring it with a godly mixture. Onion, rosemary, garlic, Japanese 7-flavor powder, lemon zest, a squeeze of lemon, and scallion. Then, adding in the most prized part of the lobster, the tamale. Give it a final torching, plate, and serve.
Do I think lobster is overrated? Yeah, a bit. Am I gonna complain if you put 3.5 pounds of lobster in front of me? No, that's good. I'm fine with that. I'm gonna get to this very soon. Here, this is the claw of a spiny lobster. A typical spiny lobster like you might find in Thailand or something, I don't think they even have that. I'm gonna try that out. This is so different from what we had this morning. I mean, the sashimi was light, spicy, refreshing. This one is like smoky and sweet. It's picked up a ton of that charcoal deliciousness. Wow, there's so much meat in there. Moving on to the body. This is the tamale, very rich, fatty, and some people call it head butter. Super rich, creamy. That's why we have some bread here. Smells amazing, smoky, fragrant, aromatic. It looks awful, to be honest. It just looks like it almost has that a little minerally aftertaste to it, like you would expect from a liver. That's interesting. I think the last thing to eat here is the tail. Oh yes, it's working. Look at this. There's just layers of meat falling off. This is the sirloin of the lobster. I'm gonna just take a bite of that. Oh, it's like the cheesecake of the ocean. So rich, smoky, fatty, and powerful. Guys, when is the last time you saw a lobster tail that huge? Wow, if you look closely, there's just big hulking muscles in here that break apart. It basically has rippling abs. Even here in the body, there's more meat. I've had other big lobsters in the past. I was not always impressed with the meat. It got a bit tough here. A great balance of delicious, tender, great textured meat with very bold flavors. I think that's why I'm probably supposed to put some lemon on there. Is that right? Balance. So that is how you turn a 7-pound spiny lobster into several courses. I'm super impressed at the work Julian did today. It's very cool seeing this whole creature, actually 2 of them, being turned into a ton of different dishes with every part of the body being used, from the legs to the claw to the tail to the liver to the body and even the shell. The shell was used, it was boiled, and he extracted flavor from that. So every piece utilized in a different, interesting way, super creative, absolutely worth it. Woke culture. It's annoying, unless it's in regards to food. Are you open to eating all creatures and cuisines? Then you, my friend, are culinarily woke. Link, description, go. We actually have a giant one they reserved just for us. See? YouTuber. This is known as a brown crab. This one is especially eager to be eaten. It has mouth arms. What the frick, man? Do you ever wish you had mouth arms?
No.
Or your customers? How about your customers, huh?
No.
If your customers had mouth arms,
that would be freaky.
they'd be eating so much food.
Look like feeding predator.
It's only about $138. That seems like a pretty good deal. I've been hanging out with Ellen and Oprah too much. Now, I just found out recently you can actually use these for food.
Yeah, not only drugs, yeah.
Yeah. Does it need water? I'm gonna give it a little bit of a dip. Come back to life. Bring me back to life. Well, so today is all about kind of the challenge of seeing how many different ways you can prepare this one creature. I'm not expecting perfection. Well, no, yeah, I am. No, I'm just kidding. So I can't focus. Everything reminds me of my wife today. This is why I don't belong in a high-end restaurant. I'm sorry. I have a dirty mind. Guys, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. A peace. All right.